All right, so did you have to buy or rent a generator after Hurricane Beryl to get your family through the power outage that week? 2.6 million customers were without power for days.
Yeah, it was a mess. FEMA doesn't usually reimburse victims for that cost, but announced they would do that this time. However, our consumer reporter Heather Sullivan has heard from several viewers who say they're still waiting 6 months later.
Many people had to buy or rent a generator in the long power outage after Hurricane Beryl, and FEMA announced that it would reimburse those people for some of the expense. But several people have reached out to us saying 6 months later, they still haven't been paid yet.
I think it was mid-morning and the power went out. And then I'm thinking, oh, wow, hope it comes on soon, because I've got the refrigerator freezer here and a freezer full of food out in the garage.
Because Joe and Patty Callahan live in a remote area, they stock up on food they find on sale and store it in their freezers.
Because we live so far, we buy stuff on sale and pack a refrigerator because it's a trek to the grocery store. So we've got an investment in our food.
So when the power went out for days after Hurricane Beryl, Joe bought a generator for a cool $1,000 to keep the freezers running. FEMA announced it would reimburse Texans up to $629 who had to purchase or rent generators between July 5th and July 20th of last year in designated counties, waiving its usual requirement that they be for medical equipment. Callahan applied, but is still waiting, and has learned his application is being handled by the Texas Health and Human Services Commission rather than FEMA.
We're stuck with waiting for a caseworker to look at the claim. And that's been going on for 6 months now.
So we reached out to FEMA, which tells us it's continuing to partner with the state of Texas to process 1.5 million applications for FEMA assistance. Then we asked the Texas Health and Human Services Commission about the delays, which writes, once a claim is approved, it's processed for payment. Claims that are unable to be approved are added to a FEMA casework queue for HHSC to review and resolve. HHSC has an 18-month timeline to resolve cases. And it tells us Mr. Callahan's case is in the queue, and HHSC staff are working to resolve all cases as quickly as possible. But the long wait leaves the Callahans concerned not just for their own application, but for others also waiting for FEMA aid.
It just amazes me that it would take so long, because they don't need it 6 months from now, they need it now.
FEMA and Texas HHS say that applicants who have questions about their applications can reach out to them. So I have phone numbers, email addresses, and websites you can turn to, all on Sullivan Smart Sense on Fox26Houston.com. Heather Sullivan, Fox 26 News.